If you're new to the Syma X5 or still can't figure out the controller, I hope this guide will help you out. Let's start off with the on-off operation, and it's not as obvious as you'd think. Turn the copter on and place it on the ground. You'll notice that its lights are flashing fast. On the controller, make sure the left joystick is down because that's the gas pedal, and then flip the on switch. The copter should soon blink slower, and that lets you know that the copter and the controller are talking. Now flip the left joystick up and down, and the copter lights will turn solid. You're now synced and ready to fly. There's a lot of confusion about mode 1 and 2, what it is, and what you should use. The modes just determine which joystick will spin the copter. That flat spin is also called yaw. When you turn your controller on, it defaults to mode 1. That means that the left and right movement of the left joystick will spin the copter. If you want to get to mode 2, pull the bottom right button to the right and turn on the controller. It'll now be in mode 2, and it will remember that the next time you turn on the controller. The left-right movement of the right joystick will now spin the copter. To get back to mode 1, just repeat the process. Your preference of mode 1 or 2 may come from your background. If you're used to a cheap toy that only has an accelerator in the left and the right joystick controls all the movements forward, back, left, right, then you probably want mode 1. And you won't have to relearn if you get into a higher priced drone later on. Those controllers also have mode 1 and 2, and you can program them any way you're used to flying. I use mode 1, and that's what we're going to see through the rest of this video. Okay, how about high-low mode? The button in the upper left of the controller changes from low to high, every time you click the button. Well, what does it do? Low mode restricts the angle that the copter can achieve, either forward, back, left, or right. You'll only get an angle of about 20 degrees off horizontal. High mode changes that maximum angle to about 40 degrees, and it's used by experienced pilots for higher degree turns and tricks. High mode is so steep that the copter will slip out of the sky, even at max throttle. And that's helpful to know when you're stuck in a thermal or winds, but it's dangerous as you're learning. Here you'll see the max angle of the copter at low mode. Compare that to a much steeper angle that can be obtained in high mode. The copter tends to slip out of the air with that much angle, so excellent throttle control is needed. Trust me, use low mode for a good month or so of flying. Camera operations. The 2 meg HD camera takes pictures and video. The camera is operated using the button next to the left joystick. Click up to take a picture. The camera has a light that's green when it's in ready mode and flashes red when taking a picture. To take a video, click the button down. The camera will blink red until you press the button down again to stop the video. It's very important to stop the video using the controller, otherwise you'll lose that video clip. If you're filming and the copter goes out of range, even for a moment, or if you turn off the copter without first shutting the video off using the controller, that video file cannot be read. So if you don't use the controller to stop the video, the camera doesn't know to close out that file on the SD card properly, and the video will be unreadable when you try to upload it onto your PC. Okay, that's it for the controls. Let's get to some flying basics. The up, down, left joystick is the gas pedal. And just like learning to drive, you don't want to go too fast too soon. So we're going to practice using the forward and back on the right joystick. The copter has no brakes, so to stop your forward momentum, you have to pull back. Get lots of practice just going forward and backward. You'll naturally want to make some adjustments to the left and right using the same right joystick. For now, just use the left joystick as the gas pedal. I strongly recommend practicing on a driveway or a concrete slab with the landing gear attached. The copter will slide along the ground, and you need to learn to fly in 2 dimensions before adding altitude. Once you've mastered hundreds of back and forth and keeping the altitude below your knee, you're ready for some static spin turns or yaw turns using the left joystick. Move the copter forward, then a quick back to stop the forward momentum. Now use the yaw to flat spin the copter 180 degrees. Forward, quick back, and then spin again. Using the left joystick for the spin can monkey with your altitude, so be aware and try to keep your copter on or near the concrete. You have to get used to keeping the speed low and consistent before moving into open air flying. You can spend a couple of weeks just working on spins and forward back at low altitude. This progression will help you from losing your copter. Get very comfortable making these static yaw turns at low altitude, making adjustments to the left and right with the copter moving away from you and toward you. Bank turns require the use of both the left and right joystick at the same time. These turns require forward momentum, and then both joysticks are pushed either both to the left or both to the right. Try this as a 1-2 step, moving the left and then right stick. Yaw right or yaw left. You can push the right joystick to the upper corner for a smooth bank turn or to the lower corner for a more dramatic instant turn. Experiment and see what results. This is when you really start to learn the capabilities of your craft. Again, I encourage you to keep the speed down and learn to fly in 2D before moving to 3D. Now that you've mastered these controls, have fun out there, and thanks for watching.